What's up, my dudes? We got us another MX Simulator track review, bro. This is the JGMX Deegan compound right here, okay? This track actually came out like a couple years ago, I believe. I just never got around to actually doing a review on it. You know, this fancy boy had to send it. The sender had to send it for the sender, you know what I'm saying, dog? There's a couple of little jump lines on this track right here. JGMX always usually has a couple of them in there for the pro daddies in the game, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I believe this is based off of like Deegan's track he was riding on that was real like Supercrossy. This is actually the Motocross technical portion of it, but you can see there's like jumps everywhere. I think it's like from that one, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it's from that. You remember that when Deegan was riding with Dean Wilson? Maybe that's this track. I don't know. There's been so many different compounds and Deegan's moved all over. So I don't know exactly what this is based off of. Here's another little huck right here. A little triple out of the corner, bro. So, yeah, this is your classical JGMX. It's funny to me because it's like, and you know, I've been covering JGMX tracks for like a decade now. Like, no joke, almost a decade now, okay? So, you know, it's interesting to see, like, whenever JGMX will go in there and make, like, a certain compound, like, he could make any compound in the world, and you're gonna know just by the visual, like, the ground decals and the trees and everything, you know that it's a JGMX track. That's crazy, bro. It's like every single thing that JGMX makes has some kind of a similarity to it, right? Like, and I've said this forever, but, you know, you're not going to hop on one JGMX track and then hop on another one and feel like they're two completely different things. They're like this. I'm sure JGMX has used this tree object on like 80% of his custom tracks, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Same way with this dirt decal. So this is basically, it's not just like a Deegan compound, it is literally like if you had a JGMX version of a Haiden Deegan compound. You see what I'm saying? So it is a little bit different in that sense than just like what you would call like a pure Haiden Deegan compound, if that makes any sense to anybody there. But JGMX kind of, you know, he found the certain kind of way he liked to do things way back in the day, and he's just stuck with that. You know, he's not, I mean, let me give you a little comparison here. Like, for instance, my custom tracks, you know, I've got some standard woodland tracks. I've got some tracks that are literally on the moon, dog. I've got some tracks that are trippy. I've got some Pluto tracks. I've got this track. I've got that track. I've pretty much made every kind of possible, you know, biome design, track design that you can make. So that's kind of the polar opposite of like a JGMX that's going to have similar dirt decals, similar rut design, similar jump design, similar terrain design on all of his different tracks out there. And this track is no different than that. Okay, you do have some off track like little fields and little road right here, right? So yeah, pretty big daddy jump right into here on this Supercross track. I don't even know what that is, dog. That's like a 5, 6, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 jump rhythm right there. Pretty sure you can jump this right here all the way to the corner, but kind of risky. You know what I'm saying? A couple little spots right there, like kind of tempts you a little bit on a 450. But the whoops are not too crazy difficult. None of either one of these tracks are super difficult on the like the Motocross track or the Supercross track on this compound. I would say they're more like, you know, kind of more of that maybe pro-am level difficulty, not like full-blown pro level difficulty, you see what I'm saying? Even though there are a couple of bigger huck jumps, it's not like not really like pro level Supercross track or Motocross track. Not a whole lot of roughness on the Motocross track, so you could definitely get away with running like a like a Supercross setup on the whole track kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's like a finish line right here, maybe. Yeah, so either way, I mean, it was a fun little track to hop on, but I can't see myself running endless amounts of laps on it. I don't know if this track fully lives up to like a Deegan compound, you know. I mean, you got to make a pretty well perfect level track design. And this is just like what I would call like more so a everyday run-of-the-mill JGMX track, which is still good, but it's not like, I wouldn't say this is like above and beyond or legendary or some epic Deegan compound. It's certainly not anything like that. Just a fun little thing to hop on, rip around a few laps on, you know, that sort of a track kind of thing going on here. So yeah, that is the Deegan compound. I just saw the name. I was like, bro, I at least got to check that track out. Got to see what's going on there. So that's what we was doing here, bro. Okay, so yeah, let me get this in third person. We'll get it back here. A little third person. Okay, Galaxy boys. All right, got the wild side semi right there. But yeah, like pretty much looks like one kind of dirt decal over the entire map. I'm not even going to say track. I'm going to say map because it literally looks like one ground decal on the whole area. The on track, the off track, the way off the track, the in the middle. It's literally one decal. So, you know, I love JGMX, but that's getting pretty basic. You know, I don't care who you are, what you do on sim. That's getting pretty basic. But I would always say that JGMX is known more for his actual like terrain than he is like, you know, the visual aspect of his tracks. I would say the visual aspects of his tracks have never been the strong suit. They have always been more basic like this. I mean, he's had a couple here and there that have been, you know, a little more impressive off-track wise, but for the most part, it's more so his rut design, the actual feeling of the dirt combined with the jump design. You know, it's got like a real clean kind of terrain design to it. That's what JGMX is known for, but this is your typical damn near looks like somebody's first track kind of off track, like visual shit, you know what I mean? It is the basic of the basic when it comes to that, right? This is your old, you know, kind of shows MX Simulator's age a little bit, kind of off track design thing going on here, you know what I mean? But a fun little rhythm you can hit right there, big ruts in some of these corners. But yeah, just a fun little track to rip around on. Got some little floater jumps on the moto track. Not a whole lot of roughness, like I said. But, yeah, just a solid little, you know, I'd give this track like maybe damn, this is like another like 6.9 out of 10 or something like that. I swear, bro, I'm not making this up, bro. It's like another 6.9 out of 10, dog. You know, with JGMX's ability to make decent on-tracks, and I don't even think this is like amazing on-track or anything, but just, you know, decent on-track, it always seems to pull it above like a just middle-of-the-road average rating. You know, it always seems to pull it up to at least like a 6 or a 7 with the on-track. But this off-track will put you to sleep, dog. I mean, there ain't much else to say about it, you know what I mean? It'll put you to sleep, brother. So, yeah, it ain't like crazy big jumps. I mean, you do kind of feel like you're on a little bit of a, which it is based around a Deegan compound. So, kind of, that makes sense, especially if it was from like a couple years ago. That would have been like Deegan on something that was not full-blown pro level, but close to it. You can still pop off on that shit if you go for the big jumps. But if you're not going for like the crazy bigger lines or anything like that, you're gonna be just fine, bro. You ain't gonna pop off on any of this stuff. Spency boy gonna have to whip in the shed. Give me a tea, bro. Give me a shed tea. Oh, man. Instead of a shed beer, give me a shed tea, dog. Does have this little freestyle, like couple 2 jumps by the little freestyle jumps. All right. But yeah. So we're just reviewing this track overall. So that's the Supercross combined with the Motocross. Okay. The Supercross, I mean, it's just kind of average, I would say. It's just like a little average Supercross track for MXM, but I think the Motocross track on this compound is kind of cool because it's kind of a more jumpy style, less roughness, almost like you mixed a Supercross track and an amateur motocross track. That's basically what the little motocross track is. So it's just like a little compoundy MX track, which I thought was kind of cool. That's what kind of raised it up to more of like a 6.9 versus just being like a 5 overall here. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that this is not JGMX's best track. I mean, it's just not. He's got some legendary ones out there. I don't really think this is one of them right here. And you know, that's something that happens when you become a track maker and you start to use very similar like decals and objects. I know that recent JGMX track that I just reviewed had a lot better updated tree objects and stuff on the track, which is cool to see. So it does seem like he's, improved and, changed some things from what he was doing, like when he came out with this track to what he's doing nowadays. That's definitely something to keep in mind there, right? But yeah, in the classic JGMX perfectly built berm type situation, right? That this track has some of that. He's got just a smidgen of like roughness pre-made character around both these tracks. Just a smidgen, bro. Not too much of it, though. You know what I'm saying? JGMX is more known for that, like, perfectly man-made berms, ruts, jumps, and this is exactly that, right? So, yeah, man. Either way, difficulty on this is probably, like, easy to medium, I would say, on this track. Both these tracks on this compound. And I'm going to give this thing a 6.9 out of 10, bro. She another 6.9 out of 10, bro. Definitely let me know down in the comments what other MX Simulator tracks you want me to review. Spency boy, get back into this MX Sim thing. I've been getting on there damn near every night with my team members. We've been ripping some Supercross in the game, so we're getting back into it, having fun with the game again, man. I took the perfect break from MX Sim, dude. Like, not really having fast enough internet the last couple years. Perfect break, bro. We just getting back into it, bro. This is the 2024 team helmet right here. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Spency boy is on one. Appreciate you guys watching all the videos. I'll see you boys on that next one later, dudes.